Welcome to the Heavy Pages podcast, a space for women struggling with an unwanted separation or divorce. I'm Josie, your host, a separation survival coach, creator of the From Devastated to Divorce program, a mother of two, and a survivor of my own unwanted separation and divorce. My mission is to help you avoid some of the pitfalls that extended my journey of growth and healing, and to provide you with tips and tools that will help get you to a place of acceptance and empowerment. Because sometimes the pages of life can be heavy, but you don't have to turn them alone. Hello and welcome back to another journal entry episode. Man, I hope this one is not as emotionally draining as the last one. Wow, that one took a lot out of me, and I don't even know if I made sense. I hope you guys found it making sense, but if not, yikes, I apologize. It was, wow. But I have good hopes for this one, and guess what? It is a jump of 20 days. So there must have been a lot going on, because this journal entry is for January 9th. Well, Happy New Year. It's been a bit, hasn't it? Well, let's see if we can get all caught up. Things are over with Mario. I decided that he is not what I want in a man of my future, so I have not tried to contact him. He called me last on Christmas Day to wish me a happy one, and we talked, and that was it. I went out with the Egyptian on the 23rd, and being with him reminded me that there should be more to things than what there was with Mario. And I'm talking about in bed mainly. As for the Egyptian, well, it was a great night, but he is also not what I'm looking for, so I am not trying to see him either. Okay, so I went out of town for New Year's to PA to visit my dad and my sister. It was nice. I also finished my accounting class before the Christmas break, and I got my specialist certificate for Microsoft Excel. I'm super glad about that. I move in 2 weeks. I have been putting out resumes for jobs, but nothing yet. What else? Oh, I started taking salsa classes, and I'm doing pretty good. I go to the same place that Guy does, but only on the days that he's not there. I went to Guy's today to take him a gift, and we practiced. I did pretty good. I got excited about it. I think we danced good together. Anyway, I also did what I had not done in a while. It is interesting because I seem to always get very emotional when I do that, but only with him. The only explanation is that there is still some deep-seated feelings that come out with that act. I feel a deep sadness. That is why I know it does not need to happen, and I just forget every once in a while. Still, besides that, we actually had a nice time. Let's see what else. Well, I gained a bit of weight during the holidays. That sucks, but I'm starting the 3-day diet tomorrow, and I gave up soda, so it should be easier. I want to lose 10 pounds. It says I can for the first week. That I'm going to try the South Beach diet, which is more about healthy cooking and stuff. I need to work on my weight. I finished school. I'm getting an apartment. I'm getting a job. The weight is the next step. I'm not going to rush it, but I want to be in a size 12 by my birthday and a size 10 by summer. I want to be in a hot swimsuit. I know I can, and I have a vacation planned with the girls, and I will not be the fat one. So this year, I feel will be a good one. I feel that I know that I'm doing very well for myself and hope to keep doing so. I have been thinking lately that maybe Guy and I will end up back together. I think we need some time to be individuals, but maybe even after a few relationships each, that we may find a way back. However, I am fully aware that though I have been doing a lot of work on myself, Guy has not. If we did want to get back together, he has some work to do. But we cross that bridge when we get to it. And that is if in the future, after we live our separate lives. And in that case, we may move on altogether. Who knows? Okay, then. This was definitely an uplifting, better journal entry. Can I sing the ding dong, the witch is dead? That is the end of Mario. I finally ended things with Mario. Good. I'm glad. It needed to end, and it was an experience, and I'm sure that I learned from it, but I'm glad that it's over. And the Egyptian, he showed up every once in a while. He was really nice. I really enjoyed talking with him. I know we had a nice time in bed together. Clearly, what's funny is clearly Mario was not it in bed. And I had referenced that in the past also. And I honestly want to say, and no offense out there, but he was like the typical Latin machista man. And I really think that he wasn't about pleasing the ladies. I think he was more about getting his pleasure, and that was good enough for him. And he felt like his job was done. And so, again, he was, I think, like only the second person I'd ever slept with after Guy. So I'm still learning, putting up with shit that I shouldn't be putting up with. But luckily, I put my foot down and was like, okay, we're done for. This is no good. And the Egyptian would help me learn that because he was very giving. And I know I definitely enjoyed him in many aspects, but we were not meant to be because there was, of course, the whole different religions, different cultures. That was never going to be a thing. So I never put a lot of stock in him because of that. But it was nice to have a friend with benefits sort of situation with him. And then Guy. Well, I am not cursing the ground Guy walks on this journal like I was in the last one. And it's just, I say this all the time, and I just feel like I need to say it again for anyone listening out there that is dealing with their current, separation and divorce. It's a roller coaster. Last journal entry, I hated him. I cursed the ground he walked on. I called him evil. And this time, I'm like, oh, things have been great. We're doing great. That's just how it's going to be. That really is just how the process goes. And, well, let's acknowledge why. This is something that I regret and I think was stupid on my part. But doing the salsa classes, that was his thing. He always wanted to do salsa classes. I didn't want to. When we separated, he ran right to do salsa classes, and it really made me mad because, I knew that was something he always wanted to do, and he ran to do it while we were like not officially broken up, but like taking a little bit of time. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But then, he was always talking about it and always talking about it to me and always talking about it to me. And so then I went to try it out. It was not my thing. I just did it because he was into it, and I wanted subconsciously, I guess, some connection to him, even though I did not care for it. I'm not a dancer. I will be honest. I am not a good dancer. For being Latin and everything, I have 2 left feet. I don't think I have any rhythm. So it wasn't my thing. And I didn't. Now, looking back on it, I shouldn't have been in his space because I went to the same place that he went to. I just wanted that connection, and I didn't need that connection. So that's something that if I could go back and undo, I probably would. I remember, going over to his place and showing him my moves and, him showing me. And he liked, I'm going to be honest, he did like to show me what he was learning. He was always also telling me, look what I've done, look what I can do. So I really think that he also wanted to show off to me. And we were just in this very weird limbo situation in our relationship where he wanted to show off what he was doing with me, and not in a mean way, just he wanted me to see what he was doing, how he was learning, how he could dance. And then I wanted to show him, hey, I could do it too. It was very strange. But I mean, again, we were together for 10 years. We considered each other best friends. Aside from, the drama of, relationship and problems that we had together and how we might have mistreated each other and not valued each other in certain ways, we still considered each other, best friends. And so it was a super weird thing. And yes, I slept with him. This was something that was something I had to learn to stop doing. Took me a while, and I've said this in other journal entries, but it was always a bad idea. I would always hurt myself when I did it. There was like I said in there, clearly recently, and boy, do I sound like a slut, but whatever. I had slept with two other guys, two other men, and I didn't enjoy it with one of them. I enjoyed it with the other one, but it was just what it was, sex, right? But then with him, it was emotional, and I would react and I would get emotional afterwards. And that's because I was hurting myself more with him than any of the other ones, because the other ones, it really just was about the flesh. But with him, there was so much emotion, so much life, so much of my soul connected to it that it was a really bad idea. But I would always forget. It would take me a while, because I think it has been a while since the last time, but it would take me a while. I'd forget, I'd do it again, I'd have that horrible feeling, and then I'd remember, oh yeah, this is why I shouldn't be doing this. So it was a hard learned lesson, I'm not going to lie. The flesh is weak, as they say, and he was still technically my husband, so I wasn't like committing a sin, not counting whatever was happening with any other man out there. Oh, one more thing that I want to touch on is where I'm thinking that we're going to get back together. I always reverted back to that. I don't know why. I feel like it was like a comfort thing for me. Like I needed to have that possibility in the background, just to just because I wasn't ready to accept the finality of it all. And I'd always say, oh, I get the feeling that we will. Oh, I get the feeling that we might get back together. Oh, we're just going to, live our lives a little bit, and then maybe we'll get back together. I, I don't know if that was like a self-preservation thing, or if I don't really understand why I continued to think about that every now and then. But maybe that's normal. I don't know. Maybe it's just part of the process. Obviously, it did not happen. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I find it interesting that it like cycles back, that I think, oh, maybe we will. Oh, we probably will. Oh, we can. We might. And then on other episodes and other journal entries, I'm like, absolutely, he is not right for me. I know this, and I understand this, and I get this. And then I go back to, but maybe, who knows in the future. It's just interesting. Yeah, so I did a lot. I graduated from my accounting course at lightning speed. Okay, I don't remember when I started, but I graduated half. It took me half the time that it was supposed to, because I remember I wasn't able to like do the graduation walk, because the lady said, my teacher said, that even though I finished in lightning speed, because I finished in lightning speed, I didn't acquire the amount of hours needed to be able to participate in the graduation. And I'm like, well, it's either graduate early and go looking for a job so that I can afford my apartment, or walk in the graduation. I don't need to walk in the graduation. That doesn't matter to me. And so I finished early. I took my certification, which I'm pretty sure I still have the certificates now. I'm very proud of that. And a lot had happened. I was feeling really good. I was feeling really positive about this year. This was going to be a really great year for me. I felt really good about that. And so I didn't need to write in the journal for 20 days. I was living, I was moving, I was getting shit done. I even took a little travel. That was really nice. I actually remember that I went to visit my dad and my sister in Pennsylvania, and I drove. It was my son and I in my Mitsubishi Lancer. I had a little TV for him so that he could watch stuff. This was back then when it was like a huge bulb. It wasn't huge, but it was a little bulb TV that I plugged into the cigarette lighter. Yeah, do you guys remember cigarette lighters in cars? And we drove it, and we stopped at Washington, D.C., first of all, to, get some sights in. And then we made it to PA, and we had a really nice time. And this was great. This was me adventuring out with my son, living my best life. It was great. It was really great. And then the weight loss, the 3-day diet. Oh my gosh. Ridiculous 3-day diet. And then the South Beach diet. I don't even know what that is. I remember the 3-day diet because I would always revert back to that every now and then. But the the South Beach, whatever. But I had goals about weight loss. And honestly, size 12, well, I mean, I don't remember what size I was, but clearly was not a size 12. I'm hovering around there now. So that's probably also always something that I'm trying to work on. But that's a whole nother type of podcast niche, and it's not mine because I cannot get control of my weight, which is funny because, when I think about this and I think about what I lived through and I think about what I accomplished and I think about how I pushed through, I always wonder, why can't I do the same for weight loss? Why can't I do the same if I have the strength of will to push through a separation, to get my own place, to be able to afford taking care of myself and my son, to be able to keep leveling up, getting my apartment, getting my dream car, buying a house. Why is weight loss such a difficult thing for me to tackle? I don't know. I might need to go back to therapy for that one. But anyway, I'm happy about this journal entry. I'm happy about where things are going. I'm proud of myself. This year, hopefully, there's still going to be some issues, but hopefully they're smaller and easier to deal with. And, I'm on the upswing, and I'm excited about that. Can't wait to see what the next few journal entries bring. So with that, I will leave you for this one. Thanks again for listening, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day, week, life. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to chat. I'm always here. You know where you can find me. And bye for now. That's going to be it for this episode. If you'd like to reach out to me, you can always find me on Instagram at heavy_pages_podcast. And if you found this episode interesting, please consider clicking on that 5-star rating and following so you are notified when the next episode drops. As always, thank you for listening, and remember, sometimes the pages of life can be heavy, but you don't have to turn them alone.